Today I'm going to teach you the best pranks to pull at a construction site. The first prank is an absolute construction classic. The fool's errand, aka the board stretcher. New guy shows up to the job site ready to impress the rest of the guys. Then you, his superior, send him to find something that does not exist. Hey new guy, would you like to be of help and go find me the board stretcher? God, it would be really helpful if you went and found me the left-handed hammer. And he, like a cheerful puppy, is gonna go run and find it. And then eventually he's gonna realize he's been duped. And you get to rejoice and bask in the look of pure anguish on his face. And everyone knows that construction workers love more than anything than to ruin a co-worker's day. Now we gotta talk about a prank that, not to brag, I invented personally. I call it the lunchtime loser. Step one. It's gotta be the new guy's first day. You're gonna spend your whole morning befriending him. Make him really feel like he's part of the team. Then lunchtime comes around, you tell him, hey, we got a pretty cool tradition on the crew. The boss buys lunch for the new guy on his first day. Then you're gonna tell him to go give the boss his lunch order, and you're gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All that trust and sense of belonging you built in the morning will be shattered in an instant while your boss rips him a new one. Now we're gonna talk about another classic, tool belt abuse. All you gotta do is wait for your buddy, take his tool belt off, nail it to something. Could be anything. Could be a pile of 2x4s, wall frame, the floor. Doesn't matter. Just nail it to something and wait for your victim to come back. Now there's two possible outcomes for this prank. First, he notices that you nailed it down to something. He'll get pissed, which is still a win for you. Second, he doesn't notice. He tries to pick it up, jerks it out of his hand, all the stuff in the tool belt goes everywhere, which is another win for you. So really, this is a win-win situation for you. And in the grand scheme of things, this prank isn't really a big deal. It's kind of more of a minor annoyance. And I love minorly annoying people. The next prank stinks. Literally. It's called the Portapotty plug. You're on the job site, your buddy makes the terrible mistake of having to take a trip to the Portapotty. You're gonna sneak over and you're gonna plug the vent with an old shop rag or a shirt you got laying around, doesn't matter what you use, plug it. And in less than 5 minutes, your buddy's gonna be baking in a bath of airborne bodily fluids that's gonna burn the inside of his nostrils. I mean, there are very few stenches worse than a plugged Portapotty. So I suggest be careful with this one. I've seen it end friendships before. This next prank is called vehicular shenanigans. You can only pull this prank if your coworker drives his personal truck to the job site. All you do is sneak into his truck to create minor inconveniences to irritate him to no end. Crank the heat on full blast, adjust his mirrors, put the e-brake on. Even if he gets in and realizes a few things are amiss, chances are he's not gonna see all of it. And by the time he hits the interstate, he's gonna have a puddle of swass slicking up his seat from the heat seater. He's gonna have you to thank for it. Now the most diabolical one is deleting his phone out of the Bluetooth files on there so that he has to reconnect his phone. It is the most annoying thing in the world, and chances are he's gonna have to put the car in park to be able to do it. At the end of the day, you may think that these pranks are cruel and unnecessary. You're kind of right, they are cruel, but they are oh so necessary. Pranking someone on the job site is sacred. It's a bond. It's how you know people like you. So if you haven't been pranked on the construction site, they probably don't like you.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
This one kind of hits close to home for me because this happened to me. I used to work construction for my dad. Lots of pranks, lots of shenanigans, right? When we were building our new building, my dad's construction crew did the concrete. And even though it's been years since I've been on that crew, they could not resist pranking me. Pulled up to the job site, smoking and joking with them. I didn't notice that one of them snuck into my truck. He snuck into my truck, cranked the heat all the way up, put the seat heater on, and I didn't notice until literally I hit the interstate. No matter how far removed you are from the construction site, they can't resist pulling pranks on you, and I found that out that day. But I'm gonna say that's because they loved working with me, and that's why they like pranking me. Or they hated me. Either way, it's all fun and games.